Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled Messier 104. So what do we see here? Well, here we see one of the Messier objects which are not comets and were cataloged back in the 1700s by Charles Messier, locating over 100 of these objects, which were various things from galaxies to nebulae to star clusters. In this case, we're actually looking at a galaxy, and this is sometimes known as the Sombrero Galaxy. And the main galaxy that we're used to looking at is at the very center here. So if we look at the central portions, you can see an edge-on galaxy, probably a spiral galaxy, much like our own Milky Way. We can see the dark dust lane going through the center. That's easily visible when we look at a spiral galaxy edge-on. Now, when we take deeper images, we sometimes learn a lot more about objects than we do when we just look at the main object itself. So Messier 104 is just that tiny central portion of this image. The whole halo around this requires a much deeper exposure to bring out, and can tell us more about the history and what has happened to this galaxy. And here we see the halo as well as a tidal stream down toward the bottom, showing that this galaxy has interacted with other galaxies in the past and is consuming them, is still growing in size. Now, when galaxies collide, they can merge together and become one larger galaxy. But that doesn't happen instantaneously. It takes a long period of time as the galaxies slowly merge together. And in the meantime, we'll see things like this extended halo, which is likely parts of other galaxies that have merged and haven't settled down to the final galaxy itself. The tidal stream could be one that is just being ripped apart, or a portion of that galaxy left over. Eventually it will settle into the halo, and parts of it eventually into the disk of the galaxy. This is how galaxies grow over time. Long ago, early on in the history of our universe, galaxies were much smaller and more irregular than they are today. They have grown over time in size and gotten different shapes, things like spiral galaxies and elliptical galaxies that did not exist very early in the history of the universe. But over time, smaller galaxies merging together have formed those larger ones, and a deep image here taken with the dark energy camera really can show us some of that and help us to better understand how galaxies have changed in the past and continue to change today. So that was our picture of the day, titled Messier 104. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Saturn at night. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.